Greetings and welcome to thctrust.org. Briefly, I want to talk about status and standing, and then I want to go into some ways that you can establish your status and your standing. The reason I decided to speak about this topic is because I get a lot of questions when people become aware that something is wrong and they become aware that their rights are being violated, and they start to learn and hear about the straw man. And then some people that have just been in different movements for long periods of time, but they still they hear so much information, but they don't know where to start or what direction to go in. And a lot of people say, well, how can I become sovereign, or how can I become indigenous, or how can I take myself out the system? And first thing I want to say is that sovereignty is a state of being. It's not one document or one thing that you can do that's going to establish yourself as being sovereign and make everyone aware and recognize it and immediately say, hey, we're going to leave this guy alone because he's a sovereign. It's a lifestyle and it's a way of being. However, I do want to read over a document that I wrote that is going to address the root concern of what people are trying to get to. At least I feel that's what they want to know when they ask me the questions, how can I become sovereign or take myself out the system or whatever. Now, what I'm going to discuss can be found on the website that I'm currently administering. So, and please overlook some things because it is under construction. I am the first trustee as well as the administrator. So it is going to be a membership site, by the way. It's not membership right now. So you're free to go there and browse around. Click the topics menu. There's a lot of information that I've been uploading, and I will be uploading more information. And I also want to encourage you to help support what we're trying to do at thctrust.org. And you can support by simply making a donation. And right now, if you click under the new products link, you will find a book that we've produced. And this book tells you how to acquire abandoned and vacant properties in a very seamless, straightforward, easy method. You don't have to be a guru. You don't have to be a sovereign master. And this process can be done in probably maybe 6 to 8 weeks. So if you're living with someone that you don't want to be living with, or if maybe you need another form of employment, you can use the process that we teach in this guide to acquire these abandoned, vacant, foreclosed homes and rent them out and maybe help your community and help yourself. So make sure you click on the new products page. You can check that out. We're only asking for, I think it's what, $25. It's an excellent book. It has all the forms and everything you need. And as a matter of fact, when I finish this video, I think I'm going to do another video and pretty much tell you the process of exactly what is written in the book. However, it would benefit you to buy the book because the process involves performing work on a vacant property, filing a lien, and foreclosing on your lien. It'll benefit you to purchase the book because I've spent many hours and I've completed template documents for every single thing that you need to do, and that's all in the book. But anyways, let me get to the subject of what I wanted to discuss, which is establishing your status in a kind of step-by-step method. So listen closely, and the documents that I'm going to be discussing, you can get those documents for free, the templates that I've provided, and they are also on thctrust.org. If you click under the link that says Foundation and then the link that says Establishing Your Status. So I'm just going to read pretty much from this document, and I'll put my little 2 cents in where I think it's necessary. Essential steps to establishing your status. There is a minimum of 3 key documents one needs to properly establish his status as the executor and heir to the land of his estate. After reading and completing the documents attached, you will have established your status in writing and for the record. This article does not touch on the extent of the protections and remedies that lay within these documents when properly used. However, with certainty, these documents used together or similar documents serving these specific purposes will be the foundation to protect you and enforce your rights in almost any process or situation, whether you are bringing the claim or avoiding a claim. Okay, so the first document and the first thing of necessity, excuse me, is that you file a will. So the need for a will. The will is symbiotic in nature. On a spiritual level, it represents the evolution of a man in his spiritual ascension, whereas now the man is aware of himself outside of the vessel and therefore desires to move and navigate the vessel. The man's will serves to rebut the presumption that the man is lost at sea and therefore establishes to the world his desire for his vessel, which is to be protected and unimpeded. The same way a captain of a ship uses a steering wheel may be figuratively applied to the way in which we use our will to make our intention known. Through the will, the intentions of the navigator will manifest. Or you may say, through the will, the intentions of the grantor will manifest. As some of you already know, the will serves as a trust agreement in the public. And when I say the public, I'm talking about the commercial world or the contract world. Therefore, it is important that you express who the executor is so that in matters regarding your estate, and when I say estate, I'm talking about your body, your rights, your inheritance, your assets, everything that's the essence of what you possess here on the earth. That's your estate. But so in matters regarding the estate, let me read that again. Therefore, it is important that you expressed who the executor is so that in matters regarding your estate, everyone else, including state officials, awareingly become trustees. If there is no will on file for the man's vessel, one may assume that the vessel is empty and take possession of the vessel by use of the foreign law, the contract law. Let's see here. I'm going to finish reading through this and I'm going to expound on it some more with some personal words. Although what is taking place may seem unfair, everything is happening in accordance with the divine law, including the contract law. You know, what I'm basically saying is when things seem like they're unfair and we are being shifted around and pushed to and fro without any say, it is happening in accordance with the divine law. Now, the law of the sea, the contract law, and the commercial system, you know, that is also a part of the divine law. It's just like everything else. There's a structure to everything. So, you know, I'm one to believe that a lot of what happens because of our lack of knowledge. But let me continue with the read. Every living man or woman should have their intentions made known in the form of a will. The will, in essence, serves the similar purpose of an affidavit or a bill. An affidavit is a charging instrument, and so is your will. The will of the testator, however, seems to be the highest ranking indenture, carrying more weight than an affidavit, even more weight than a sovereign declaration. It makes sense to be this way, as denying one's right to self-determination is a grave human rights violation that extends beyond the jurisdiction of the three-dimensional world.